What is good, y'all? What is good? Your boy Mike says Speaky Cloud Podcast. And today I will be fulfilling a Patreon request. Shout out to my boy Doobie Sonix. He wanted me to review, well, us I would say to review South Central, but I had him wait long enough. Like maybe 2 months. So a lot of the fellas' schedule, they conflict. They're busy men. So I figured I'll just do it myself. You know what I mean? Um, South Central, man. What a film, man. I watched it last night to get it fresh in the brainstem. Um, and I fucking love this movie. It been in my life. Jesus Christ, man. I want to say like 1998. I seen it for the first time. And I was 13 years old, maybe a little too young to watch rated R movies, but fuck it, I did it. You know, HBO. I watched it with my grandfather, matter of fact. He liked it. You know what I mean? R.P. Granddad. But I didn't get it like on physical media for myself until 2001. Like with hip hop, any kind of genre of music, really. I started collecting in 1995 on cassette, but like I did have some VHSs when I was a kid, but it didn't really spawn until like 2001. I want to say when I really started buying DVDs and shit. You know what I mean? That's when it was really popping with my collection for movies, and that's when I got it. 2001, South Central. Now, man, this film, at the wake of the classic, infamous hood movie, Boys in the Hood, and he had other movies too, like New Jack City was out, Colors and shit like that. But I'm talking about like West Coast hood movies. This is probably like the third biggest one. That's not. I'm not talking about essay shit either. Like Boulevard Nights and American Me came out the same year as that's 1992. I'm talking about like African American like urban hood movies from the West Coast. It's probably the third biggest one. You know what I mean? Even though Colors was like about the essays and shit too, but you know what I mean. Yeah, man, because Menace came out in '93, so yeah, 1992, South Central. Um, the film was directed by this guy named Stefan. Let me look his name up because the last name escapes me at the moment. I know Oliver Stone produced it. I know that, but this guy's name escapes me at the moment. I used to have it. Oh yeah, Stefan Milborn Anderson. That's his name. Stefan Milborn Anderson. Or could be Steven, because motherfuckers spell Steven like that sometimes too. But Stefan Milborn Anderson, man. That's the director, and it stars Glenn Plummer. Glenn Plummer, he played High Top in Colors. Speaking of Colors, I just talked about Colors. He's in a lot of fucking films. You know what I mean? Just escapes me. I think he's in like Saw 2, Mad or the shit. He plays in Sons of Anarchy as a cop. He don't last long in that TV series though. Mad other shit that's just escaped me at the moment. Great actor. I think he's amazing. He plays OG Bobby Johnson. One of the fucking leaders of Deuce with Ray DeWitt. But yeah, man, this movie one of my favorite movies of all time, man. Absolutely. So, plot of the movie really is starts off with OG Bobby Johnson getting released from prison in 1982. Ray, Bear, and the dude that played Munster in Boys in the Hood all pick him up. I don't know the guy's name in the movie that played the guy that played Munster in Boys in the Hood. I don't know his name in this film, but they pick up Bobby. They get in the whip. Old school West Coast shit, 82. I love a scene when they tell the fucking cop or the CO, whatever the fuck he is, to come close to the door, and they spray him with a fucking like a tall boy of beer on his face and shit, and they drive off laughing. And you just see as soon as he gets in the car, you see some characters, man. Loco, that nigga crazy, man. Straight up Sherm head, underrated fucking junkie. When it comes to like hood movies, everyone talks about Pookie, but Loco, man, the guy that played Loco, he killed that shit perfectly, man. You know, that's how them niggas be acting on them, that fucking water, man. They be acting on that Sherm. So, you know, picks him up, brings him back to the, you know, to go see his son, because Bobby has a son, and they see his girl and shit like that. They go there, and guess who she's talking to? She's talking to this Kansas City pimp, this Kansas City smack man, the nigga that be slinging that coke and all that shit. She's talking to him, and fucking they run up on him. You know what I mean? And well, first Bobby's girl, you know, she runs up to him. Why, you know, you didn't tell me you were getting out, Bobby. Would have done my hair or something. You know what I mean? And Ray Ray's like, everyone knew he was coming out, yo. You know? And they run up on homeboy, Genie Lamp, and his boy, little henchman nigga. And they have a few choice of words, you know what I mean? Bobby wants to go right at this nigga, you know what I mean? Ray Ray calmed him down. Even Carol, I think her name was, she calmed down Bobby too, because Bobby wanted to whip that nigga ass. And Ray Ray's telling him, why, you know, you're just slinging your shit in my hood. You know what I mean? And Genie Lamp's like, you don't care about you don't give a shit about no hood, Ray. You just want the money coming to you and shit. And fucking, you know, they want to really go at that nigga after that. And dude pulls out the hammer on him, you know what I mean? And they kind of fall back. And Genie Lamp said, we take this up another time, Ray. Go their separate ways. Motherfucking Ray tells Bobby Johnson that, you know, watch your bitch. Because, you know, that smooth talking snake might be finna take you know, turn her out. You know, pimp her out and shit. Get her all fucking high on that PCP water. So, they leave. Bobby goes in the house. Sees his son for the first time. They didn't even know his fucking name, man. He really was mad about that. He screamed at Carol for that. And then she cusses him out, saying she hated him for leaving her. And she was pissed the fuck off about that. And you know, they get into an argument, but then Bobby feels bad, takes the baby and all that. You know, then he goes to the next scene, which is them just chilling, man. I think they go to the club after this, and I'm not too mistaken. You know, it's kind of hard to go scene from scene, but I'm pretty much giving y'all the meat and potatoes of the film. You know what I mean? Really, they go to a club, and it's like, what is it? Ray Ray, Loco, Bobby, Carol, her homegirls. They go up in there and fucking, guess who's in that motherfucker? Genie Lamp. Genie Lamp's in that bitch. And, you know, he must run that motherfucking club, you know what I mean? And he's like, they come in there, the DJ stops the music, and Genie Lamp's like, what are you boys doing here? You look a little too young to party. Can I see some IDs? And Bobby's like, ID in your motherfucking ass, cuz. That shit had me dying. I love that part. And fucking after that, he's like, he agrees for them to chill there, because it's just a DJ to play the music. And they get into it again. He said, offers to buy them drinks, and Bob was like, we can buy our own drinks, chump. And Genie's like, whatever you say, little Bob. Like, he taunts them niggas. You know what I mean? I want to kill that nigga too. And then you know, they get to dancing and all that. Then they leave. Then he gets back to the, you know, Bobby gets back to the motherfucking what you call it, the fucking the crib and shit. And he's going upstairs with his kid, and guess who he runs into? Genie Lamp and his homeboy. And you know, they take him over there. They make him fucking sniff some blow. You know what I mean? They force that nigga to sniff blow. Dude puts the gun on the table, He said, you heard what the man said, motherfucker. He sniffs that shit. He's fucking high as hell. He's like, what is that? And Genie's like, smack. You know what I mean? He said it's because of the big bad boy or whatever the fuck. And Bobby's high as a motherfucker. And Genie just tells him, you do just think you're tough. You might be tough, but no one fucks with Genie Lamp. And if you don't fall back, a lot of people are going to die. Shit like that, That's fucked up. Right in front of his kid. His kid's crying. He's just sitting there high. Fucking snot coming out of his nose, all fucked up. Yeah, it really pisses him off, man. He goes back. I guess it's the next day or whatever. He finds his girl, Carol, all fucked up. And without that PCP, she's high as hell. She don't know what the fuck's going on. He finds the PCP shit. Gets really fucking upset. Says, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. Rallies up the homeboys. Ray Ray and Bear and all them, Loco. Go up in there. Start shooting shit up. Kill Genie Lamp's bodyguard. They murked that nigga Genie Lamp, man. Got the potato on the burner. And he's like, it's your woman he's fucking with, Ray Ray tells him. He tells Bobby, put a cap in that motherfucker, And that's how he got his black heart, Body Genie Lamp, they gave him the black heart. Sitting there drinking Old English and shit like that. And before, I think they went to the club, they had a meeting about, Ray Ray talking about niggas running hoods and don't be selling crack near the schools or whatever, some shit like that. Not crack. It's too early for crack. Drugs, basically, you know what I mean? Cocaine, heroin, whatever may have you. And that's what happened. I think that happened before the club incident. It's kind of hard to, remember scene from scene. But they put the murder game down on that nigga and all that. Bobby comes home, he tells Carol, we need to move, you know what I mean? He sees she sees the black heart, that he got the black heart, you know what that means? You just iced the nigga, so, they end up moving. She's getting all frustrated. She don't like to just sit there and hide, and she just ends up leaving, you know what I mean? And fucking Loco and homeboy that played Munster and Boys in the Hood, got his name, he picks him up. I think his name is something Dog. I know that, because Bobby says it one time. He's like, drive off, when it's the part I'm getting to. So, Loco and homeboy pick him up. He's hesitant at first, because he's hiding out. He just murdered, like, Kansas City Smack Man, Genie Lamp. He's hiding out and shit. And, he don't want to be, caught up. So, they start going for that ride. And they see a prostitute, the sexy ass bitch. You know what I mean? And Loco, man, this classic fucking quotable for this movie. Loco's like, damn, look at that bitch. That shit cracks me the fuck up when he says that shit. Something about it, man. He says that shit so insanely. You know what I mean? Damn, look at that bitch. Always cracks me up. And, Loco's a dumb fuck. He's talking about the fucking, Shorty asked him, are you guys cops? And homeboy's like, we look like cops to you, bitch, We deuces. And he's like, Loco's telling the bitch, we do down for the 187. You someone killed? And fucking rightfully so, Bobby smacks that nigga in the back of his head. You know what I mean? Who the fuck you talking to? This could be a fucking cop. Lo and behold, turns out to be a cop. Undercover prostitute shit. She puts the gun to them niggas and says, pull over. They get locked up. Bobby gets questioned about, does he know who Ray Ray is? And he denies it. And the cop asks him, gets pissed off, said, no, you're lying. You got that, black heart in your face. That's do shit, You run with Ray Ray on Hoover Streets. And he gets the potato that was put on the burner that killed Genie Lamp, finds that shit, tells him, you give me some names, I'll give you a soft deal, but obviously, that nigga didn't snitch. He did 10 years, got paroled later on, which I kind of, gave it away too early, but it is what it is. We'll get back to that. But, yeah, he gets out. Not gets out of jail, but, gets out of that little room and ends up going to jail. You know, he's still holding J Rock. Still holding him, and fast forward to J Rock in 1992. You know, he's 10 years old, and he's in Deuce. You know, putting in work, getting ready, putting on his British Knights. I had a pair of British Knights in 1992, man. Those are my shits. I had British Knights. I had the black joints. I had black and white joints, man. Around the time I was playing with motherfucking Captain Planet action figures and motherfucking Toxic Crusaders and playing Super Nintendo, you know, Super Mario World and Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting and shit like that, man. I was getting it in, you know what I mean? Playing with my WWF Hasbro figures, reading comic books, especially Image. Big Image comic fan, man. I love Image. Marvel is my shit though, DC. But I'm getting off topic, you know. Just seeing those British Knight sneakers on J Rock took me back. So J Rock, you know, meets up with his homeboys, chilling. They had some little deuce niggas or whatever. And then Ray pulls up on niggas, you know what I mean? Ray doing better. He's doing better in life. Ray look like a straight up fucking extra live with it as a coke dealer, you know what I mean? Ray looks fly. Got Bear with him on some like long trench coat shit. Got a bitch in the car. Ray living it, you know what I mean? Pushing a nice whip. And he gives J Rock some loot and some weed, you know. You got little J Rock. Thanks, Ray. Love that shit. Cracks me up too. And he tells him he don't want him. He gives him an assignment. Steal some car stereos, but he don't want any junk. He said, don't lift any junk. Just that good shit. You know, he'll give money for it. So that happens. You know what I mean? Then we go to how Bobby's doing in the pen. Bobby just lifting some weights. You know, Bobby looks a little older. Got some facial hair. You know, Loco's in there shermed out like a motherfucker. Oh, bum ass nigga. You know what I mean? All fucking shermed out. They have a run-in with the Aryan Nation. You know, this dude Buddha and his crew, and they get into a little, you know, argument and shit about Loco needed to pay up or something like that, and you know, the Deuce niggas come through. They're gonna see no Aryan nigga, you know, bang on one, you know, Deuce brother, so they save him. And when they save him, they owe him 15 boxes of cigarettes or some shit like that. I can't remember. All them cigarettes. And it's like some dead shit in jail. You know what that shit is. So they save Loco from getting fucked up or fucking raped from these Aryan fucking faggots, right? And that happens. And Loco ends up telling Bobby, you know, Ray don't care about nobody. You know, he got your boy out there working. He got your boy slinging shit. You know what I mean? You know, not slinging shit, but you know, but probably that too. Who knows? But he got him stealing car sounds, you know, and he's cheating the little niggas. He's giving them $20 and selling the steers for $100. You know, some snake shit, but it is what it is. And you know, Bobby gets real pissed off about that. Like, you know, Ray got my boy out there stealing from him. You know, didn't like that shit. Rightfully so too. You know what I mean? So, you know, around that time it cuts to J Rock fucking robbing shit. You know what I mean? Stealing a car stereo. And it's this dude named Willie Manchester. It's old nigga house, man. The nigga, you know, hears the sound. He's about to fuck his wife and shit. Not a good sight. But he's, you know, gets about to tear that ass up. And then, you know, here's the fucking alarm. He gets the shotty. Shoots fucking J-Rock in the back. You know, everyone's in the neighborhood's upset. Like, it was only a boy, it was only a baby. He's like, well, that baby tried to steal my fucking car sounds, lady. And they arrest him and shit like that. He's like, if I can fight for my country, but I can't protect my family and shit. You know? Can't protect my neighborhood. So, they got him locked up. Fucking, you know, J-Rock, he in the hospital. After being shot in the back, he meets Nurse Shelley. Great character, I like Nurse Shelley, man. And his mother Carol comes in there. She's a fucking whore, by the way. Just whoring out, smoking PCP. She fucking comes there attitude up the ass. You know what I mean? So he's gonna end up just like his daddy in the pen and shit. And she don't want to see him. She just like, there's no point staring at him if he can't talk. You know what I mean? He's being a bitch. And unfortunately, J Rock heard all that. You see him peep his head up and lay down. I was like, that was a sad moment right there. Because, my mom's like, even give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? I can relate to some shit like that, to be honest. I'm keeping it a buck. And that was some sad shit. And, see the workings in jail with OG Bobby Johnson shit going on there with fucking, you know what I mean, Aryans and shit like that. They get into it in the lunchroom. Buddha's right hand man tries to fuck with him. You know what I mean? He puts his tray in the middle of his tray that he can get the food. Bobby don't like that. Bobby whoops his fucking ass, puts the fucking tray on his face and like keeps kneeing him in the face. Busted his shit wide open, broke his fucking nose and all that. Bobby gets put in a motherfucking, solitary confinement for that shit. You know what I mean? So after that, they end up wanting to fuck him up. The Aryans take him in the back, try to fuck him up. But he gets a new cellmate. This dude Ali, this Muslim type nigga. He gets put in a cell with him, and they meet. But then Ali saves his ass. You know what I mean? He tells him, you ain't no one punking nobody. It's a man right here. You realize he's a man? And Buddha's like, yeah, I know he's a man. The character fucking weird as shit. But then, he pays his debt. Like, by saving Bobby, he has to give him like cigarettes and shit like that. $15 worth of cigarettes. That seems to be Buddha's preference. So that happens to get Bobby out of getting fucked in the ass to sucking dick. Thankfully, you know what I mean, for them homo ass Aryans. Fuck them niggas. But saves him from that, and he tells him to stop reading. He's like 5% books or whatever the fuck that Muslim, the God body shit. He gives him a book to read. He starts reading that. Bobby's slowly changing. Even his actions change when the fucking Buddha's right hand man tells him to clean the fucking shoes, and he ends up fucking doing that and shit, going a right hand path. He's changing for the good, so he can get paroled and all that. He said, your attitude needs to change, big time. Ali tells him that, and in the midst of all this happening, I got a really powerful scene. Fucking, they get into it, man. Fucking. He's talking about his boy. Talking about J-Rock, Bobby, when fucking Ali is talking about it. And he's like, why do you even care about me? You know what I mean? And Ali tells him, I'm going to talk, you going to listen. And he fucking tells him right up off the bat. He's like, this is what happened. He had a boy. And, Ali kind of got mad because, Bobby was like interrupting him and shit. And he's like, you're going to listen to this. He tells him about, he had a boy that was on the wrong path. He was really, first, before he got on the wrong path, he was really strict with him, you know what I mean? His son would say hi. He was like, put your shoulders up. He was on him about what he dressed and just on him, right? Real strict. And he ran away from home. He didn't want to deal with that strictness. And Ali was actually a fucking bad person before that. He's like, he cared about his, I forgot what he said. He cared about his woman and some other shit more than he cared about his own son. I forgot what he said. But I think it was gambling or some shit like that. I can't remember. And his son runs away, ends up getting killed, dealing with the wrong crowd. Fucking Ali kills 3 niggas that killed him, and he's in jail for life, you know what I mean? So he changed for the better and shit like that, and he just tells Bobby, time for him to change, it ain't worth it and shit like that. So that's a powerful, powerful scene. I love that scene. Then it shows, after that, it shows like the recuperation of J-Rock, you know what I mean? Bobby's son, after getting shot in the back, he starts playing like ping pong with little kids and stuff, calls it honky ball and all that. Didn't like it at first, and he grew to like it, Then he gets put in a fucking, like a fucking juvie or some shit, like a special home for kids and stuff like that. And all these like little kids are staring him down. He's like, Deuce here, and they back up, they get shook, and he feels that power. He likes that. So, Bobby ends up getting paroled and gets out. Him and Ally, you know, Ali, whatever, say their piece. Sorry, I'm getting thirsty. I got no fucking water near me either, but it is what it is. I'm gonna wing it. uh, he says his piece. They leave. Well, Bobby leaves, goes out, comes back to see fucking, Karen all fucked up. You know what I mean? All fucked up. And then he goes to visit J Rock and Juvie. And J Rock's kind of hesitant to see him, but he ends up seeing him, and he notices his black heart. He's like, "Where's your black heart at?" Bobby's like, "I took it off." So it's not about the killing. I want you to get out of it with me. I want you to change with me. And the little J Rock's like, "Man, you ain't my. We're gonna ride on Billy Manchester, find a nigga and smoke him, spray his ass." And Bobby's like, nah, you don't do it like that. And he goes, "Yo, you ain't my daddy." He gets really upset by that, you know what I mean? Because he got shot in the back and his dad ain't gonna do nothing about it. Definitely understand where J Rock coming from. Showed fucking OG Bobby Johnson the wound. He's like, damn. So he goes back to the house, sleeps it off, whatever, Bobby. And then the cops come in the morning saying J Rock escaped. I guess Ray Ray, picked him up. And Bobby goes looking for Jay. He goes looking for J Rock all over. Goes to his homeboys. Goes to this ugly ass nigga playing basketball with a fucked up haircut. Yo, son, I'm a man. If you talk to me like that, I'm getting out the car and I'm beating the fuck out of you. Trust and believe that. I hated that part. I'm like, this nigga's a bitch. Talking shit to Bobby Johnson like that. I didn't like that. His hair was fucking retarded looking too, by the way. Then he goes, like I said, he goes up to Deuce, the little Deuces. They tell him about, where J Rock at. He had this hideout that Ray Ray has or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Him and Bear are there. His homeboy Bear, Ray's homeboy Bear, whatever. And fucking they get there, Ray Ray's happy to see Bobby. He's seen that nigga in 10 years. And he's like, where's he talks to him about how strong Deuce is now and all that shit, how they're running the streets, blase. And he asks where J Rock is at. She ends up seeing him, he brings him in there, and he explains to him that, this ain't gonna be right. You know what I mean? Ray Ray's a drug dealer, he hurts people. He tells J Rock that he wants to get him out of that life and shit. And Ray Ray said how he takes care of family. And it hurt because, it hurt Ray, and because niggas know he's, he don't take care of people. And Bobby told him, yeah, like he took care of Loco. And then Bear punches Bobby. And he's like, fuck that Sherm head. That part cracks me up. It's not funny, but, well, I guess it is. Situation isn't funny though, but it cracks me up the way Ray Ray said that shit. And how Bobby got that work put on him. He got punched so hard, man. He fell to the side, swooped that nigga. Bear swooped Bobby, man, with a mean fucking punch. Then you see Willie Manchester tie the fuck up. Ray Ray pistol whips him. Tells him you shot him in the back, motherfucker, and then you're gonna get smoked. Gives the fucking hammer to J Rock. Bobby gets up, beats up Bear. Explains to Ray, you said you owe me, so give my son back. He wants to give him the life that Bobby and Ray never had. That happens. Ray ends up giving J Rock over to him, and there you have it. And the story that J Rock changed his life around, hopefully, and living life with his dad and stuff like that. Just a real heartwarming movie, man. Great story. OG Bobby Johnson putting in that work. Then he does 10 years in jail. Fucking changes his life around once he saves his son from the bullshit. Just a really, really fantastic film. I'm giving this joint 5 motherfucking mics. Classic movie. Love this film. I give it a, like I said, a 5 out of 5. It's just fantastic. 5 mics. Doobie, I hope this, you're happy with this. I'm recording this right now at 10 a.m. I watched it like last night / wee hours in the morning. Hope you enjoy this, brother. Speak Out Podcast got some shit coming. Hopefully later on in the month with new episodes. Got 1 episode planned. We'll see y'all, Friday for that one. But yeah, man. Speaking Club Podcast. Thank you so much for being a patron. Doobie, it means a lot. And I hope you enjoy this. See y'all niggas on the flip side. Peace.